Hi guys, and welcome back to today's episode where we will be finally building a habitat for one of the newest animals from the Eurasia pack. And today's animal is the wild boar, and we will be building a foresty themed habitat for them, very natural, with a lot of mud and leaf litter and a lot of rocks and fallen down trees and a lot of mud and moss, which is the whole theme of the habitat. And let's get started. The Wild Boar Habitat is the second habitat that I'm building for Zoof's Discord community zoo. And if you don't know about this zoo and if you want to know more about it, what this project is all about, I definitely recommend to watch my previous video about the habitat for the red fox, which was my first habitat for said community zoo. And there I am talking a little more about what the project is about and what is going on and what I am doing for this project. So definitely go ahead and check out my latest video. It is linked at the very end, so stay tuned and don't miss the outro of this video to see more about the project that I'm currently building for. And the wild boar is, as I said, the second habitat, and it is very similar to the red fox habitat when it comes to the theme and the overall look of it. Just a very small recap. The section that I'm building in is the hiking trail forest section of the zoo that I'm building in right now, or the section that I'm building in. Actually, our woodland section is also selected into multiple sections, and so the theme is very similar. I wanted to build a very cohesive look to the habitat from the red fox. So the cabin that I'm building right now is also very similar to the one for the red fox, but I tried to make it a little bit different just to not make it look too copy-pasted, so I decided on a little bit of a different look. But overall it is very similar to the red fox. But honestly, I really like the look of the cabin that I created with the planted roof, with all of the foliage and grasses and stuff like that, and the wooden logs and stuff like that. I really just loved the look and I just had to recreate it because it was just so fitting. And since the section is a little bit more low-key and not too busy, very low budget and easygoing, I thought that having a very similar cabin would just fit perfectly for the theme that I'm going for with my habitats. So that's why I made it like that. And also that what you will later see is the fences that I use are very similar to the habitat before, and the education boards are basically the same. But yeah, I really like the look of it, but the interior or the foliage work for the wild boar is definitely different than the red fox. And what I thought for the wild boar is that all of the habitats that I personally saw for wild boars or a similar species, and also what I saw on the internet, is basically they either have a lot of leaf litter in the habitat, or it is very a lot of just soil, very muddy, loose soil where they can dig around, not a lot of foliage or anything going on. So that was my inspiration for the wild boar and what I wanted to recreate basically. So one of my very first thoughts for this habitat was definitely that it is not going to be as green as the habitat for the red fox, since the wild boar is known to dig around a lot in the soil, and they will basically either destroy the plants that are in there or basically just eat them up. So the very first thing that came in my mind was, okay, I can't really use a lot of bushes and plants, like really low growing plants for the wild boar, because that simply wouldn't be realistic in any way. It may look like very greenish in the beginning when they put the wild boar in for the very first time, but it would become definitely less green in just a couple of weeks possibly. So that was also one of the very first challenges that I had with this habitat, since normally you use a lot of greenery, or that is basically my style, that I use a lot of greenery, but I couldn't do so for this habitat, so it would definitely look more brown basically from the overall color, because I just had to use a lot of just plain soil, leaf litter, and just broken down trees or eaten up bushes. And that wouldn't be too pretty in my opinion, so I had to come up with the idea how to make the habitat look as green and foresty as possible, without the wild boars eating everything up. So I was not only looking for habitat inspiration for the wild boar, but I was also looking at pictures of forests where the wild boar would naturally live in. And the pictures that I saw were very all just the same. It was a forest basically with a lot of trees, and there was not very a lot of bushes, but there were a lot of leaf litter, which is naturally occurring in a forest. And then there were a lot of mossy rocks and moss on fallen down trees and stuff like that. So I wanted to make it look green with a lot of moss. So the moss is the number one option for me to bring in greenery, besides like taller trees where the wild boar basically just couldn't reach the greenery. So I decided to make the whole habitat all mud and moss. So it is a lot of mud and loose soil going on in the habitat, so that the wild boars have a lot of space to dig around in and play in the mud and just have their natural behavior coming out of them. And then obviously I'm using a lot of moss to make it green. This was also super fitting because since the wild boar just loves to dig around and have mud in them, and all the habitats in zoos that I've personally seen of wild boars were always super muddy, hence wise also very moist, and moss just loves to grow where it is moist. So it was just super fitting to have mud and moss in the whole habitat and to make it look green in that way. Obviously there are also a lot of rocks and fallen down trees, which just adds to the vibe of the forest theme that I'm going for. And it is somewhat similar to the red fox habitat, but also somehow it is not similar at all, because I just have a completely different attempt of making the landscaping in this habitat. So I really love the outcome. They are just very different in their own very way, very fitting for the species that are living in those habitats, and I'm generally just really happy with the result. You should definitely let me know in the comments what you think about the theme of the habitat and how I made it, if it just looks somewhat like a natural habitat, a natural zoo habitat for the wild boar, and if I could accomplish the thought that I had for this habitat. So definitely let me know in the comments what you think. And before any one of you is asking, the Wild Boar Habitat is blueprinted and it is uploaded to the Steam workshop right when you are watching this video. I will link down the blueprint on the Steam workshop in the description down below, so definitely check it out. if you want to see more of the detailing and just want to use it in your own zoo, or just take inspiration for your own wild boar habitat. But with this habitat, I just had one little problem, or not really a problem, but one thing that didn't quite go as I like imagined it, was simply the ground, the soil, simply because of the color you can make it. Depending on the map that you are using, the Zeus community Discord Zoo is in the Europe map, in the temperate Europe map. So I also did it here where I am doing the habitat. I don't currently have the file of the zoo, so I'm building this habitat in just another save where I'm building a lot of different stuff, and then I'm blueprinting it and putting it into the file of the zoo. So I obviously used the same biome, and the colors that you can make the ground are just not as fitting as I would like it to be for this specific habitat. I wish we had more color options to paint the ground or the soil, because this is the heavy soil from the temperate biome and the Europe map. And it is just not really dark, it is not very muddy, it is still very light colored, and it looks just dry. And I wish we had something that would resemble a forest floor more, like just darker, looking a little more moist, maybe having a little bit of debris, leaf litter in it, similar to the, I believe it's the heavy soil in the tropical biome, which is really dark and similar to the texture of the forage box. And it would be just really nice if we had more options, because it is just not quite the thing that I was aiming for, but I believe I made the best out of it with all the different pieces that I use, and I'm still very happy with it, but it could be just a nudge better. And I also wanted to thank everyone who watched my latest Red Fox Habitat video, who liked, who subscribed, and who commented on that video, because it kind of blew up, like comparing it to all of my other videos, and also thinking about that I had a 2 months long break from making content and being on YouTube, and then making a video and it already having over 1,000 views after not even 2 weeks, having so many likes and comments, and also 50 new people subscribing to my channel. Seeing that compared to the size my channel already has, which is not quite big, but I'm still like super thankful. And then seeing that 50 new people subscribed in like, I think 12 days it is now. It blew my mind. You can see I'm kind of stuttering right now, because I just still cannot like make it up in my mind that so many new people after just one video came to my channel, liked my videos so much that they subscribed, that they commented and liked everything, and going from not even 170 subscribers to now over 200 in just a couple of days just completely blew my mind. I am beyond grateful for that. I really did not expect this video to be so good for my channel. I thought because I had such a long break that it would be not better than the videos I did before, which had like a couple of hundreds views, which is still very nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful for every view and every like and every comment. But it being just so much better than all of my other videos before, it is now my best ever performing video. And in such little time, it's just beyond all of my thoughts that I had. So a big thank you and welcome to all of these 50 new people that came to my channel in just the last couple of days. I don't even know what to say anymore. Just thank you. And not only the YouTube video of the red fox habitat was such a success, but also the blueprint of the whole habitat that I uploaded on the Steam workshop was a success. You guys just loved it. It had so many like downloads or subscribers, and also a couple of really lovely comments. And I also was on the front page of the most favorite like blueprints on the Steam workshop, like on the very first one you saw when you opened up the Steam workshop. It was a complete incident that I saw that, because I normally don't really check on the Steam workshop, but then seeing my blueprint as the very first thing you see when you open it just completely blew my mind. I was like, no way on earth did my blueprint made it to the very first thing you see there, the best blueprint for this week. And I just checked, I am still on the front page. I'm not the very first one, but I am still on the like slideshow that there is right at the start from the Steam workshop. And I am just speechless. I hope that the Wild Boar Habitat now can be as successful as the red fox habitat. It would be so amazing. It is not only like so nice to see that you guys love my content, that you love what I am building and what I upload to the Steam workshop. I will definitely try to upload more things because you guys seem to like it, and it just makes me extremely happy seeing all the nice comments and just seeing that people like it and subscribe to the blueprints. And I hope that the wild boar can be as successful on YouTube now and also on the Steam workshop. So definitely go ahead, download it, leave a like if you want to support me. It's just making the whole day for me, seeing that my stuff is getting so much so many views and stuff like that. Just, it's amazing. And we are almost at the end of today's episode. And before you are going to watch the cinematics, I just wanted to say I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas time. It is just about after Christmas when I am recording this video and uploading this video. Hence why I couldn't quite keep up with my once a week schedule, because Christmas time is a wonderful time to connect with friends and family, but it is also a very busy time, so I just couldn't keep up with my schedule. I hope you are not mad with me, but I will try to be better. But now with New Year's being around the corner, I won't be able to do any videos for a couple of days because I am also just not at home. I am with friends over New Year's. So I wish you a happy New Year, a wonderful start into 2024, and that you will stay with me and my YouTube channel and my YouTube journey with Planet Zoo also in the next year. So I hope to see you in the next episode in the next year, and have a lot of fun with the cinematics now. And I see you in the next episode. Until then, bye guys!